this project, I proposed creating a artificial intelligence-based diagnostic performance feedback system. And obviously with the evolution of technology and leveraging how we can identify cases where things went wrong, but also we can learn from where things went right to give feedback to our trainees on their diagnostic performance and targeted feedback about their performance so they can improve and learn for the next time. Residents are craving this feedback. And sometimes, in the busy clinical environment, their supervisors don't necessarily have all the time that they need to give all the feedback that is required to develop as physicians. The power of using AI and LLM certainly is only infinitely growing. And in this case, we took a disease-based approach. So we're starting with diseases that have the highest rates of error. So we started with venous thromboembolism, but the resident didn't consider this diagnosis and should have considered this diagnosis. And so the LLM is flagging these cases so we can then give feedback to the trainees so they can review the charts, review what maybe went wrong, and learn how to do it better next time. Residents have been very involved in developing what the feedback looks like, helping tell us what's important to them. And I think that's really just, the stakeholder involvement, and we're creating a tool for them and that they have a voice in the process of what we are creating that's going to be helpful for them. Certainly a lot of the diseases that we're tackling, there are higher rates of diagnostic errors in certain patient populations. And right now, it's even hard to identify these cases in the first place. So our ability to identify these cases also helps us to look at themes of why things are going wrong with certain patient populations and help make improvements, not just at the individual level, but also at the systems level. We've had to pivot several times, some in a good way, of advances that have happened, and that's just the nature of what's happening in this field right now, and creating strategies that are nimble and flexible to adapt for all those changes. It's hard to fully envision what the world of diagnosis looks like in 5 years, but that future is still going to be an AI plus human process, and making the ultimate outcome of a diagnosis. And I think with the power of the evolution of these technologies, right now we're tackling things disease state by disease state, and we're probably going to be able to evolve that to a more kind of broader global approach that will be able to do this work more efficiently with the technological advances. We want to make sure it's done right and responsibly. It took us almost a year to kind of do the development and validation of human validation that the large language models are giving the correct output. And so really striking that balance of, in such a high stakes task of diagnosis, which of course it's the patient's lives and experience at hand, that there's still a human in that process, and getting everyone involved early on to gain trust in that, and in the development of these tools as well, to kind of have a little bit more of understanding and trust of what's happening.